Hey guys, welcome back to the Design, Creativity and Technology channel. My name's Aaron and this is my daughter Emily. Today we're doing a little Skyfire question and answers follow-up, so your questions answered. So what we've done, we've randomly looked at all the comments on YouTube and Instagram, we've compiled those, tried to narrow them down. So I'll hand over to Emily now, she can read the first question for you.
Okay, question 1. What size is the machine?
Skyfire make 3 sizes of CNC machines. These are the 0, 1 and 2. They're roughly the same size in comparison to the Tormach machines, the PCNC 440, 770 and 1100. So the 0 would be roughly around the 440 size. The 1, which is my machine in the background, is roughly about the 770 size. And the 2 is roughly about a PCNC 1100 size. Now my machine here shown in the background is roughly about 700 kilograms in weight, and it has a working envelope of 350 millimeters in the X. For my American friends, that's 13 3/4 inches in X travel. In Y, it has 190 millimeters, so that's 7.5 inches, and approximately 300 millimeters in Z, so that's 11 3/4 from the up and down in the Z movement.
What was the total price landed?
So the price of the machine that I paid, bear in mind that I did not order it from a dealer and I ordered it direct from Difang in China, and so therefore I pretty much bought it at a dealer price because there are no dealers in Australia. I paid $16,000 US, converted to Australian dollars, guys, roughly that's about $22,500, so $22,500.
How long did it take for the order to arrive?
I ordered the machine on April the 13th, 2017, and it arrived at my door on the 19th of April, so that's approximately 97 days.
Did you receive the second vise, the missing pull studs and the user manuals?
Okay, yes I did. The pull studs, believe it or not, I found in the bottom of a cardboard box that I nearly threw out at the skip. The vise came approximately about a month ago. Difang sent that over. Also, he sent me all the manuals for the machine in PDF format, which I've since printed out. There's 4 books here. So he sent them for the AdTech controller, for the VFD driver, and for the servo drivers for my machine. But as a user manual for, a Skyfire user manual, I don't think that exists yet. Maybe that's still in production.
Did you use a dealer?
No, as I previously stated, I did not use a dealer. There's not one available here in Australia at all. So like I said, I pretty much paid a dealer price. Now when I ordered this machine, I used a shipping term called DDP. Now DDP means door-to-door paid. So that's all taxes and tariffs, insurance, shipping, handling charges. In Australia here, that we have to pay a GST, which is called Goods and Services Tax. We don't pay tax on the imported goods per se because we have a free trade agreement with China, and so that's how I ended up with my machine.
Can you recommend a dealer?
In Australia I can't because there's not one at the moment. However, I can recommend 2 dealers that I know of. So over in the United States, for my USA friends, I believe a gentleman by the name of Jan Boss from Triple Tree CNC, that's what he goes by on Instagram. He is one of the USA dealers now. You can contact him directly from skyfire-usa.com. I might put these links down below in the description for you. Now, there's another dealer in South Africa who's reached out to me, and these are the guys from Hole Tooling Solutions. And they're really great guys, very smart, very cluey. And I believe they're the ones that actually designed or programmed the macros for the tool changer for the Skyfire CNC machine.
Why did you use Alibaba.com?
Alright, so I used Alibaba.com, guys, because that was the advice my lawyer gave me. So my lawyer said under no circumstances do you ever ship money internationally into someone's account without some sort of safeguards in place. With Alibaba, they offered the trade assurance program, and that allowed me to, I think Alibaba holds the money in escrow, so I paid 50% up front, and when the machine was ready, finalised, finished, ready to be shipped to me, I paid the last 50%, and Difang was kind enough to show me the bill of lading, Now the bill of lading is another shipping term, meaning that Defang showed me, goes, look Aaron, here's your machine, it's booked on the ship, the insurance has been paid, it's ready to go, please pay the second payment. So it was really good.
Why did you get the AdTech controller and not the PC or the Linux?
Okay, so I went with an industrial controller. Now, mind you, this is probably a lower level industrial controller. It's not a Fennec. It's not Siemens. So sort of AdTech, Siemens, Fennec, and then up above. The reason I've got an industrial controller, guys, is because they're pretty much bulletproof. Okay, they're a closed system. Okay, and I want to break free from the PC. A PC to me is what I use CAD/CAM on for designing. I want a standalone controller to operate the machine, and plus standalone controllers also, I personally believe they give you more flexibility in running macros, for probing or tool changing, that sort of thing.
Can you run probing cycles with AdTech?
Okay, now that's a very good question. I haven't got an answer back yet. Now I believe it'd be as simple as someone smarter than me writing a macro program that would go into the controller and talk to the controller to do the probing cycles, which I would say would be similar to the Renishaw probing system that I have at school on the Haas machine. Now I'm waiting for Defang and also AgTech to get back to me on that question, but I can't see why you couldn't run probing. It's just a matter of someone setting it up.
What power does it require?
Okay guys, so over here in Australia we run on 240 volt AC system, and now that's cycling at 50 hertz. Okay, so obviously it's 240 volts, single phase, 50 hertz.
Yep. What cutting tools and holders are you using?
So I got the BT30 holders supplied with the machine. So when I purchased the machine, I bought the tool holders from Defang, and I think that was the better way to go because Defang could specify. I think they've got to have a little bit of a shoulder for the tool changes, so that was good to know. I also got the pull studs for the tooling. Now for cutting tools, I'm running a variety. My main carbide tooling is supplied by Chris from carbideendmills.com.au. Now I also use some Sutton tools which are made in Australia. Now, by the way, carbideendmills.com, they're made from a very high carbon carbide, very good grade of carbide, and I believe they're manufactured in the United States on the Anchor CNC machines. That's all I know about that. But like I said, I use some other stuff like for drilling. I just use normal high-speed steel drill bits, and they're from Sutton Tools Australia, which are down the road from me here, and they're a great Australian company.
Why didn't you buy a Tormach, or is this better than a Tormach?
That's a good question, Emily. I can't answer that, guys. I've never owned a Tormach machine, and I'd never come out publicly or privately and denounce Tormach because I don't know enough about them. I've only ever seen 3 Tormach machines in the flesh here in Australia. Well, actually, I've seen 1. I know of 3 in Australia. My good friend Peter, ex-TAFE teacher, he owned a Tormach, which he sold to a good mate of mine, and that was a PCNC 1100, and Peter was doing some really trick work on it, some really nice work. At the end of the day, guys, for me personally, the dealer in Australia, the recommended retail that he's selling for did not fit my budget at the time, so a similar machine, like the 770, I think it's about another $10,000 or more than what I paid. The other thing is too, for me personally, I think the Skyfire is better spec'd. Now, granted, they're a young company and they're starting off and they're gaining momentum, and they'll only get better as time progresses, as you know, like these things. But this thing runs all linear rails. The Tormach has dovetails. This thing runs servo motors. The Tormach runs open loop steppers. I believe they're open loop, not closed loop. Servos are a closed loop system. My Spindle, Tormach runs a VFD, this runs a VFD. However, my Spindle is an actual servo spindle, so it has an encoder. So therefore it's capable of rigid tapping, and it's also capable of indexing for the tool change and all that sort of thing.
And what are you going to be making?
I mainly bought this machine, as I previously stated in my other videos, aluminium parts, brass parts, plastic parts, predominantly to support my hobby. You haven't heard from me for a couple of weeks because I'm currently machining some parts for a little Kickstarter I want to have a try. And no doubt you'll hear more of that coming soon. But yeah, guys, and the occasional steel part. I have machined a little bit of steel in this, but yeah, I'm mainly using it for non-ferrous materials and synthetic materials.
What coolant are you running?
Okay, so I'm running SimCool from the USA, and the type of coolant is called SimStar 5060K, and I'm running a 6% dilution. Okay.
What is your Sparky's phone number? She's cute.
Yeah, so I had a couple of those comments, and not a chance, guys. Jacinta's practically my daughter-in-law, so yeah, you won't be getting her phone number.
What issues or problems have you had?
Okay, so I've had some small problems. So some of the problems are coolant leaks, and that's not unheard of, guys. I was lucky to meet and be watching Peter from Greed Seed from the Netherlands, and Peter's YouTube channel. And so I took his advice and I bought a big tube of silicon, and I siliconed the crap out of this. So any crack and crevice, I ran silicon at it. Now I still had a few more leaks from the side window doors. The plastic perspex or acrylic sheet they bolt on actually was leaking, so I pulled that off and siliconed it up and stuck them back on. So I haven't tried it since I've done that upgrade, which was yesterday, but I envisage that my coolant leakage problems should slow down a little bit now. But it's nothing I can't handle. I throw the rag on there. Peter, when he said about every time you open the door it drips coolant because the door overhangs, what I do, I grab the air blower, and before I open the door I just shoot it down the side of the door, and that sort of stops any coolant drips and gets rid of swarf and that sort of thing.
And how?
Oh, sorry. So coolant leaks was one issue. The other one, guys, was the spindle motor can start unclamped. Now on an industrial machine that's unheard of. If you unclamp the power drawbar, you should not be able to start the spindle, okay? So there needs to be something set up in the AdTech controller. For example, the Haas at school is not a captive switch, so in hand job mode, if I grab the BT40 and push the tool release button, it pops out of my hand, but when I release that button, the tool changer shuts automatically. On the AdTech controller, when I unclamp the chuck, it stays captive, so it actually stays declamped until I press it again and unclamp it, where I think that should be more like the Haas. It should be able to, as soon as you let go of the button, it should reclamp, or it should be in the controller that do not start. Now the other issue I have, these are very minor, guys, and these are just tweaks that need to be done either in the servo settings, the VFD setting, or in the AdTech control settings. It just needs someone smarter than me to do it. So I'm in consultation with DFAN. I've been talking to Peter at Greed Seed. We've been talking to the guys over in South Africa as well, and I've also been talking to Jan Boss from Triple Tree in the United States. And I'm sure we're starting to get a really good user group of guys together. And I think as the momentum grows, we'll iron these problems out quicker. Now the last thing I have is that at 8,000 RPM, the spindle tends to hunt a little bit. Now Peter from Greed Seed was saying it could be because my vector drive hasn't been tuned properly. I don't know anything about that. I'm going to send Peter a video and he's going to give me some advice. DFAN wants me to check the VFD settings, thinking I could have a high voltage supply and that could be causing something wrong. Now at 8,000 RPM, if I press spindle stop, the spindle brake is very aggressive, and I'll show you in a minute. I'll cut from this video and I'll show you some of these things.
How has the support been from DFAN at SkyfireCNC?
Alright, so the support I've received so far from DFAN has been excellent. When I send him an email, obviously I don't call him on the telephone, but all the conversations via email, he will usually get back to me within 1 to 2 working days. Now depending if he's away, China's a big country, let's face it guys, so if he's away on business or he's away on seeing his family, it could be a week before I hear back from him. But he endeavours to get back to me when he can, and that's my honest opinion. Well, look, guys, that's pretty much it. That was all the questions and answers that we had compiled through the YouTube videos, through Instagram. I hope I've answered your questions. I've tried to do it. Like I said, guys, I'm not sponsored by Skyfire. I paid full price for my machine, but I want to give you my honest opinion about how it's going. Now, I use my machine. Today is Sunday in Australia. It's roughly Sunday afternoon. I machined on this thing all day Friday. I turned it on at 7 o'clock in the morning and I turned it off at 7 o'clock at night. And the little bugger ran, every run time was about 20 to 25 minutes. And yeah, I pumped out a shitload of aluminium through that time. So yeah, I filled up the swarf bin twice and it's worked faultlessly. It's hitting the size all the time, and yeah, I'm pretty much in love with the machine, and I do not regret it for a second, the money I've spent, and or the, you know, the, how would you say, the gamble I took on buying one, not seeing one. So for me, it's worked. But like I said, guys, if you're interested in getting a machine, I suggest finding a dealer in your country. If you can't find a dealer and you've got to go out on your own to do it, make sure you use Alibaba.com or some other escrow agency so you're protected. Alright?
Alright guys, thanks for watching.
Yep, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on one of our next videos, eh?
Yeah, see ya.